Hello, Attactioneers. Welcome to the Attack Action Podcast. I'm your host, Taylor Morrow, Cocodona.
And I'm your host, the Calling Honigman, and give me 5K.
Oh.
And I'm your host, Blake Meyer, and this is all hokum.
Nice. Well,
What's
here
up,
we are.
dudes?
We're back.
We're back for the third week in a row. That's crazy. I know you're on your commute right now on your Friday mornings, or you're just at your office job not doing your work because it's Friday listening to us, and you just can't believe how good your life is right now. And you're right. And
You're welcome.
yeah, against all odds, your life for the next 2 hours is going to be pretty freaking good because you're hanging out with your best buds, the Attack Action Podcast, and you're an Attactioneer. So yeah, we're doing weekly episodes now, and this is the super episode, and then you get the smaller episode the next week. So there you go. Shout out to Brazil. Our Brazilian fan base is ravenous.
Let's get it out of the way.
And they just are like, so what if you just like didn't do a short episode and you did a long episode every week, you know? So
honestly, it's the logical conclusion to this experiment, but we'll see how we do. Maybe it's like 2 good, girthy, medium-sized episodes, but
hell yeah, we love girth on this podcast. But it's also, you can
I got that chuckle out of Blake.
could equate it to for my sports nerds out there, like all 3 of them. You don't want to do too much too fast, or else you pull a hammy. You know what I mean? So
True.
we're starting our progressive overload.
Slowly. Moon over my hammy, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, I will girthy moon over your hammy any day of the week.
As long as it's the same moon, we're all good. Hey, what is this? Is it? It's been a long, weird day, but I'm here.
You're here. We're all here, dude. Together, collectively, for 2 hours, and then we'll go away and remember the good times. I'm apparently in a weird mood too. Maybe it's because I'm in pajamas right now. I don't have a hat holding me back. I'm drinking tea instead of a booze. I'm like a new man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of information to process all in one go. And I'm not going to attempt to break it down. Well, cool. Taylor, what were you again? Your canoe?
Cocodona, baby.
Cocodona.
Okay, so
tell me what this is.
Taylor's running journey continues, and part of that is now consuming extreme ultra marathon content. And one of those things, dude, it's crazy. Okay, just like I'll be out on a run and I'll just be out there for like 2 hours, and I'll just be like, you know what, fucking running is like fab, man. And that's like how I come away with those runs. It's just, there's a lot of parallels. Anyway, there's this race in Arizona.
Endless and boring. Shout out to our last long episode.
There's this race in Arizona, and it goes from one national forest to the other. And that's what that is the mashup of those 2 names, Cocodona, Sedona, and Nona, or whatever. And it's 250 miles. You go from Phoenix to Flagstaff, basically. And they have a hard cutoff, starts Monday morning, hard cutoff Saturday night, or Saturday morning, 122 hours or whatever, 5 days. Or some bullshit, but they stream the whole fucking thing during the day. Starts at 6 a.m. and goes till 11 p.m. And the quality is bad, because it's the wilderness and it's somebody holding a hand camera, like running behind somebody else, like in the mountains, or it's like a drone from way too high up and you can't really tell who anybody is. They're just like a figure running, but the scenery is beautiful. And so I watch that every day until the podium finishes happened, which was like under 60 hours basically. So I was checking in with that every day, which was kind of a sick stream to check in on, because it was like nothing is happening too fast, so you can like watch some of it, go away, come back, see if anything's changed. Nothing really has, etc.
They're still running.
They're still fucking running. It's crazy. And so the race was won by Rachel Interkin, and she beat the crap out of everybody, set a course record, and now has like the all-time women's record as well. And it was freaking incredible. She's just this like great. She has this great personality, and she's talking shit in her pre-race meeting already. Like, I'm just gonna go out there and beat everybody. Like, calls her shot, calls all the men out, like, who's even here? They're not even really racing, and just beats everybody. And it was freaking so cool. And it's kind of going like a little viral, like it was on ESPN, etc. Maybe somebody has heard of it. I don't know. It's okay if you haven't. It's like, pretty small, but still bigger than Flesh and Blood. The like top stream when the last couple of hours when she was gonna like win the race, there was like I forget, 40,000 congruent watchers or something like that live on the YouTubes, and like 8,000 pretty much for those first couple of days, something like that, maybe 10, 12. So anyway, an amazing athletic feat. And that just freaking got me super psyched that like, just a historical thing had happened in sports. And then I went on Saturday and like ran 20 miles and,
the fuck?
It was boring as hell. Did it on my own. So boring.
Was it?
Yeah, it was kind of, because I ran. I was like, what would be cool is if I went from my door to the farmer's market where my mother was vending in Arcata. So the farmer's market in Arcata.
Thank you.
She's vending, selling flowers there. And I was like, well, this is the day before Mother's Day. She just had a birthday. I'll just run there and then be like, surprise, I'm here. Isn't that fun?
I ran here. What
here.
the fuck did you do that for?
Yeah. So I did that and then ran home. And it's just like we have this new trail that connects the two cities, this footpath / bike path. And it's just like straight around the bay, the Humboldt Bay, which is kind of cool. But it was kind of foggy. And there weren't that many people. And it's basically just straight. So it's just kind of boring. And I got a little bored. But this is the best part, is that I like ran past this dude who was walking on his cane. He's like has a cane and he's out there walking. And I like startled him, I think, because he was like on the phone. And I like just was like, he was at the end of the run. So I'm just like I'm like huffing and puffing. And he's like, oh. And I was like, sorry. He's like, good for you. Did you just run from Arcata? I was like, I did. He's like, that's awesome. I wish I could run. And I was like, cool. And then I had to like start walking.
Yeah. Just let go of the cane. It's holding you back.
Yeah. Throw it into the bay. And then I started walking and like doing some eating and put on my jacket because I got kind of cold anyway. And then that fucker caught up to me, And I was like, this guy's the fastest walker alive. And then he just like caught up to me and talked my ear off. And we talked about our shoes or footwear. And he's like, yeah, I walk like 22 miles a day. And I was like, that's crazy. You can for sure run, my guy. And we were talking about
so long.
we were talking about different routes and stuff. And he was just kind of like this is like a low point in the 20 miles. It's like we're almost on hour 4. It was a nice pick me up, and he tagged my fist and was like, "Nice to meet you." And I was like, "Nice to meet you." And just was, I just love being out there sometimes in the world, and then you meet somebody and you just have this moment where you're just like, that's cool. And then you move on, So anyway, there you go.
Crazy. That's what a wild thing to do. After these people ran, I'm going to run.
It's like, well, they're doing 250. Certainly I could just run to the next city and back,
It's not a thought most people have, I'll be honest.
I don't know. It's my autism, I don't know.
Good. You got one of those ones that works for you. It's so it's allowing you to do great things with your body. I love that. Sedona, very pretty. I like Sedona. I don't know the other place, but that sounds fun. Do they sleep? They stop at certain points and sleep, or so
the top 10 people, Rachel beats the crap out of everybody because she slept she did 3 dirt naps where she just slept on the trail. There's pictures of her where she's just got a little bandana over her eyes and her coat, and she's sleeping on her little hydration pack just in the dirt. So she slept 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes over. In the course record she has now is 56 hours, I think, or something like that.
The fuck?
That's it?
And then everybody else though, will sleep some, sleep a lot more because you have 5 days to go 240 miles. So you can afford to, if you're not trying to win the race, you could sleep for an hour.
Have a few beers, just hang out, go to bed.
Totally. At one of the aid stations, the inaugural year, one of the guys, somebody handed him a tall can early in the race, and he was like, "Why not?" And just pounded a beer.
And that was a bad choice. I'm bloated.
I don't know. It's got carbs and water. Light beer. It's probably
humankind lived off beer for a long time, so
it's true. Made the
pyramid. At least some of them, the people who were nasty and shit where they drank, those are the ones who had to drink beer to survive.
Sounds like a good life to me.
Looking at you, Europe. What's up? Nice. Blake, well, I think we should jump to Blake's movie corner because it sounds like you saw a movie.
Well, I don't know if you've ever heard this one before. Let me know. But you're a writer with writer's block, and you're going to go to a hotel in a different part of the world, and things are going to go crazy. And I was like, how did they just rip off The Shining so quickly, so effervescently?
50 years later, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the hell? Let those people live. You guys aren't Shiners. I love Shiner beer. I will say Hokum was very interesting. It was Ireland, and apparently he's the Irish horror movie director who's directed 2 Irish horror movies already. So can you be nervous for this one? I haven't watched the other 2, so I'm not gonna go it's the same. But Adam Scott is an asshole, dude. He is literally so angry. He says some mean stuff to all these people, and it is why are you here? And as the mystery unfolds, you're like, my goodness, what is happening? This isn't what I thought. I'm nervous. I'm jump scared. What is in the basement? Is there a basement? I don't know. What's in the honeymoon suite? I don't know. Let's go see together. And then they're jumping out, and then it's like, oh no. It's good. Go see it. Hokum. Apparently Hokum is a word you're supposed to know. It's in the English language, but I don't think I've ever heard someone say it before. So I thought it was some whatchamacallit, but it's basically malarkey or something, but maybe more Irish. So I was gonna say Hokum horns because it's Hokum horns normally, and be like, they should do a thing with the Hokum branding and try it. And then it was like, Hokum is a bad word. And then I was like, oh, I just cursed my football team next year. No. I will say I had a blast. I am looking forward to another horror movie this weekend. This is going to come out the same day that you're watching this. So I think we should all say, let's go watch a horror movie together Oh, horror's not my thing. I don't care. We're all gonna do it. All everybody that listens, all 267 of you guys are gonna go see the movie Obsession. Obsession. The movie is Obsession. It comes out Friday.
What's the movie?
Obsession.
Oh.
I don't know if you're obsessed as much as I am, but what happens in the movie is it's one of those things where I'm just a down in the luck. Am I 18 or am I 22? I'm somewhere in there. I'm a down in luck 18 to 22-year-old. My life would be so much better if this hot girl was into me. So I am going to, whether it's a Chinese finger trap or a monkey paw or some kind of thing where you break it in part and you say a wish. Well, my wish is this hot girl was in love with me more than anything else in the world. And boy, that's the log line of that backfires badly. So I'm excited. People are saying this. There's going to be before Obsession and after Obsession is how our whole society will kind of operate from now on. So I think you want to be after Obsession as soon as possible.
All right. Very nice. I put Blake's movie corner in the middle because I also had a running story. I was like, we can't just keep talking about running because that's crazy. But I ran a 5K. That is like almost the same amount as 20 miles as far as my math checks out. It felt like 20 miles.
Those are East Coast miles. They count.
Yes, I was on a work trip to New York City. Went very well. We did a bunch of weird AI experiments that were problematic and funny. Not totally problematic, a little problematic. But
like only 5 people died?
No, just
by the robots, you know.
The energy use, if we want to get into that, it is what it is. But you know, we're here. Pandora's box open. We can't go back. Anyways, after that, I took a little train because they got those over there up to the great and large, extremely large state of Connecticut, where I met my wife, and we stayed with some friends, and they were like, "Oh, we have like a fundraiser, like 5K this weekend," and we're just like, "Well, I guess we're doing that." So I was like, I could probably run 5K. I run a couple miles every now and then. Turns out I run with a dog who likes to stop and sniff things, which is very different than just running straight. So missed my dog on that one. I was very tired. I hit 1 kilometer and the guys who run were already on their way back passing me. And I was like, fuck. Good for you. You're very tall and in great shape. I hope you win. Turns out it was also not exactly 5K. So some of those people were kind of pissed off, but whatever. It's for charity, bro. Chill the fuck out. And that was that. It was, I felt good that I did it. And,
hell yeah.
You know, I walked a little bit of it because I got a bit of a shin splint, but that's okay. You know, we finished. I beat there was like a 60-year-old guy in front of me who outpaced me, but he probably runs a lot more than I do, so it's fine. Just I have no ego when it comes to this.
Hell yeah. Everybody's running their own race, you know?
Yeah.
And that's like is a good segue. We'll get into flesh and blood right after this because this is going to segue into that. And segues are better when you call them out too, just like jokes.
That's how they work. You want a signal. It's like exit 13 coming up 2 miles.
Let me segue back to my trip. Also this weekend, because Hokum was 2 weekends ago. This weekend I went to Vegas to celebrate Nick Snyder's bachelor party.
Let's
and
go.
Boy, was it crazy being in Vegas without having a 7-round tournament to deal with during one of those days. I was like, we have so much time. What do you want to do? I do think if you're paying attention to this and you're going to Pro Tour LV, I think I'm making a decision for you. You're going to the Rainforest Cafe to celebrate whatever happens immediately after your round. It was the most well air conditioned. It was the cheapest drinks. It was the most nostalgic. You're having fun with the boys and girlies, and you get a cup that makes a light and shoots out, and it has the Rainforest Cafe logo. They come take your picture and sell it to you for a shitload of money. but it was so fun. That's the second time I've been to a Rainforest Cafe in the last 6 weeks. So I wore my Rainforest Cafe California shirt the next day. They were like, "Oh my god, I didn't know you were." But I think out of all the stuff, yes, there's other places we went that were nicer, super nice steakhouse, but ultimately the most euphoric hour and a half was the Rainforest Cafe, and it did rainstorm at least 4 times while we were there. We left. As soon as we got there, we was in a rainstorm, and as soon as the rainstorm happened, we left. So I think we didn't spend a single second after our 4th one. It was like, let's go. We got all we needed.
That's tight. I love that.
Let me get back on track now.
You enjoyed the Rainforest Cafe so much. Where is it? Is it on the strip or is it off the strip?
Oh, it is on the strip in the Planet Hollywood.
There you go.
Forgotten Casino. That there's a Bubba Gump Shrimp across from it too. So I'm sure if you're a bit more of a Forrest Gump fan, or if it seems like it'll be busy at the Rainforest Cafe, just go to that one. Bubblegum Shrimp Emporium. But I think the Rainforest Cafe is the move, and I will see you there July 17th.
Hell yeah.
You can join Taylor, the 2026 national champion, and Colin and Blake.
We'll be there. We'll be waiting. We're never going to leave.
You know what else you could join? The Patreon. If you liked 3 men's stories talking about stuff
I like
other
Zero
than flesh and
Men's
blood
stories of the third age.
Right. That's what we need is ZeroMens stories for sure. Join the Patreon. It's $4 a month. You get to get in there. We've got a lot of new members. Y'all are doing awesome. You're a little shy. Don't need to be shy. Get in there. Mix it up. You get to see all the cool stuff we've all been talking about this whole time. And it's great. It's a great little community. You get also access to the newsletter, which we know is hard for you because you're a card player and you don't read, but you know it's okay to do things that are uncomfortable for you because then eventually they'll be comfortable again, you know? Like Garth from Wayne's World has that great monologue about underwear, you know? At first it's like constricting, you know, and then it becomes a part of you. So
becomes a part of you. That's right.
Yeah. Get in there. Check out the Patreon. Hang out with us. You have like 14 probably, and that's a low estimate, other Discords you're in that you don't pay attention to. But you could pay $4 to pay attention to our Discord, which is pretty awesome. Gotta say. It's the only one I have notifications turned on for.
Same. Yeah. Also, for $500, Taylor will come to your ProQuest or whatever event you want and spike it? Question mark in quotes.
I will be putting liquor in everybody's water.
Yeah. He'll show up drunk and pass out after the second round. But it will be a memory you will never want to forget.
I've thought about that recently. Like, what if I just like got drunk at one of these tournaments? Like, what if I just stopped? What if I started caring less and started caring more about like having way more fun at like tournaments? You know what I mean? You guys thought about that? No?
Just now I did think about it as soon as you said it.
Yeah. Right.
And I mean, I thought about not brushing my hair today, and look how crazy it gets. So it's like, you got to have some kind of social contract of, I have a freaking like 10-year-old that shows up to mine. So like you can't be 2 pina coladas in and go, hey, you played Rhinar? I used to play Rhinar a lot.
Well, games for 16 plus year olds. That kid he's
breaking the law.
Breaking the law, and he's
get him out of here.
There's a timeline where this podcast is mostly me taking bong rips on camera and talking about flesh and blood. and playing games and forgetting that I'm streaming. I think that could have been a version of this, but
hell yeah. This it's in the multiverse. One of the kids last week wanted to talk to me about the multiverse of Earth and was like, I believe in a multiverse. And I was like, this is just basically
no shit. So does physics, bro.
Yeah, I was like, this is
wake up.
String theory, 10-year-old.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
you're late.
He's also talked to me about like black holes and stuff, and I'm just like, maybe this kid's gonna be like a freaking physicist one day. That'd be awesome.
And then did he say something completely unhinged and wrong, or was he like into it?
No, he was into it. I was like, because I was like, they have a name for that. It's called string theory, and he was like, yeah, so I believe in string theory, multiverse. So multiverse, and then just started, telling me about why it's real and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you're correct. Good job. Yeah. Well done.
Fuck it, we ball.
fuck it, we ball. So yeah. Anyway, I've been thinking about that. Nice. About how I should be maybe trying to like maximize my fun in the game and worry about my own games and times and stuff. Does that make sense? Like I'm about to like play a tournament for like 6 hours, right? And like, does it suit me to care about winning and having a certain record at the end of the day more than it suits me to like enjoy each game I sit down to play? Because what a gift I have to like spend 6 hours to play a game, like not saying I'm not going to take things serious or, play the game to the best of my ability, but just be like, this is fun. We're going to have fun. Me and this other person who's sitting across from me, we're going to like have fun, and we're going to get to play with cards that we specifically chose to bring here today for this time, and just like, I don't know, leaning into more of that. Cause I feel like that's kind of like what Flesh and Blood needs, like like Flesh and Blood right now, everybody's trying to like win at the game, Does that make
Where's
sense?
all the people getting fucking wasted?
Yeah.
Look, where the fun's being had? It's at the bottom tables with the people who brought whatever deck they thought was fun, and they're just like, check this out, and you're just like, bro, this is stupid, and I like it. And it's not fun when you sit across from a robot who's got their version of fun is just destroying you and knowing every move you're about to make before you do, and then very politely just dismantling every bit of your confidence in this game. And that's when you have to really be able to muster that fun for yourself, because that other person's not bringing it with them.
Yeah, totally.
But that's part of it, But I think that is a good reminder that we can bring the energy we want to a game. Can't always deal. You can't be responsible or know what the other person's going to bring, but we can always try to have our own fun. But sometimes that does require some personal creativity, I think.
Yeah. I think for this next little bit here, it kind of feels like a new year. I don't know why right now, but I think a lot of personally,
general or fab wise,
I don't know, but kind of both. But was thinking about like maybe I'm going through a metamorphosis, maybe that's part of it, like mentally and stuff. Like my therapist joked with me, like, she was like, how are you doing? And I was like, I'm doing really good. And she says, okay, great. Well, then we're done. And I was like, oh, I guess. Yeah. And I hadn't thought of like, yeah, maybe I don't need to go as often as I've been going, And so anyway, cause there's just this weird time, like Flesh and Blood feels so weird right now because we have like We had the PT, and then it feels like ZeroMens is coming out 100 years from now. And we've been getting spoilers trickled to us in like an IV drip manner.
It's like those little droppers they used to feed baby birds or some shit. You're just like, I'm not a bird, I'm a man. Give me more than I can stomach, and I want an upset tummy after the spoilers. You know?
Yeah, I'll consume as much as I want, and you can't tell me how much I can consume. And so, like, all of that is just kind of leading to this, like, I don't know. It feels like a restart of Flesh and Blood, because it was just like we had like tournaments, Sage format, back-to-back competitive seasons into the PT, and then it was like skirmish, and there was like 2 calling streamed in the last 2 weekends, and I was just like, I can't muster to watch the same stuff again without a new set. What is wrong with me? You know? So anyway, feels like we're restarting again. ZeroMens is coming out. We're about to vote for Sage at the end of the month or whatever.
Good.
Yeah. It's taken 100 years for that to happen as well.
But they said it was going to happen, and now it's happening. And who knows? It could be anybody.
That announcement was so... God, LSS has been so funny lately. They're just fucking cracking me up. Their announcement was like...
unintentionally.
This is going to be on your gym profile, and you're going to click the button that says go vote, and then you're going to vote, and then you only get one, so don't fuck it up in case you didn't know how voting works. And then you're going to go on with your life. And I was like, wow, so funny. You waited so long to tell us that. in its own separate announcement. Oh, so they're just cracking me up. They're on fire in 2026.
I mean, like, they're on fire. Like, you should stop, drop, and roll and put yourself out because you're on fire and you're not supposed to be on fire.
They're also releasing a set where every single card has the exact same color palette. We have literally never seen this before in our entire lives.
Look, the third eye of the Sphinx has got a nice desert palette, but everything else is very blue and purple and a little bit of yellowy, and that's about it. It's cosmic, baby.
It's fucking amazing. It's so funny. This one has fish, guys. There's a fish getting unwinding finality'd by a crystal babe.
All right, well, we're here now. We're here to talk about more spoilers because there's been a whole buttload of spoilers, as Taylor described, slowly trickling to us in a maddening way that is the opposite of hype-inducing because you're just like, is this still... We're still doing spoilers for this set? Like,
I know.
I think it's making the time period feel longer, and you're just like, great, like, here's another one card to look at. You're like, yep, it's very similar to the last card we saw in both art and the text on it. So
it's
all
like
of that,
the ever expanding expanse of space. You know,
the cold death of universe. Yeah, that's what we're barreling towards, the cold death of the universe. It is infinite and it will not retract. So we're just gonna slow down and freeze to death. But, you know, we got Ziggy, so that's fun.
This is fun.
I mean, we're not going to talk about it now, but we are later. Well, no, I don't know. If I bring it up, never mind.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about it later.
I mean, here's the
I'll
other
just say this. I'll just say this and then I'll pass it to Blake. Just like there's going to be before obsession and after obsession, there's going to be before log and after log. And now we are in the after log territory, or at least presumably on our way there. It's going to be great. Over to Blake.
I think if you've been listening to this podcast, you're going to be like, oh, that's kind of weird, because I think I've been an advocate for I hate the dumps at the end. And so I think this has been a little bit better for me specifically I have advocated for let's do 1 or 2 a day. That. Unfortunately, it does feel like, why does this not feel as good as it maybe would in the past? And it's because all 3 heroes are lightning heroes. All 3 heroes are doing stuff with lightning flow. All 3 heroes are discarding stuff to do a ping. All 3 heroes are warding. Okay, they're adding a ping. Okay, all of this daily drop feels like I have seen. I'm already like, how have I seen this card before? Whenever it was like, if you discard a card, discard an instant, this will get go again, and you'll get a lightning flow. And it's like, that's dog shit, mama. Like that's Bolton levels of stuff that you have to, but do specific stuff where you're like, I'm not going to play this card. Like, thanks for showing me this one. And I think there is something where, have you picked your hero that you're actually excited to watch? Anytime I see an Aurora spoiler, I'm like, blow it out your fucking ass, LSS, because Tempestuous Kiss is annoying as hell. And then how do they get a block 3 instant? When there's other instants that are blocking, cool. The Wizard one is blocking for 2. Why is the Runeblade one blocking for 3? An instant blocking for 3. Why is an instant blue instant? Why is there a 3 pitch 3 block 3 instant with all upside for a lightning Runeblade Majestic? Like, legitimately blow it out of your fucking ass, LSS, because you have us playing all these other classes that are really like deck tension, or you can't have super strong cards like this. And then you have let me do the other one first. What is it called? It's right next to Tempestuous Kiss.
Reproach, or this one.
I am going to look at your now. Arcanic Reproach. The first time an opposing hero deals damage to you each your turn, you may reveal a lightning card from your hand. If you do, deal 1 arcane damage to them. At the start of your action phase, destroy an aura you control. So this can get rid of blood rot pox. This can get rid of all the negative stuff. This can get rid of I'd rather get rid of a lightning flow. Or maybe there's a destroy an aura. Maybe there is I'm going to play one of these. This is the start of your action phase. So instead of my aura popping, I'll pop my aura this first, and I keep this up. Imagine I don't know how to block, and now it's, even when I'm attacking my opponent, they're going to be doing damage to me, and you're just like, what are we doing? What's going on? That's from that SNL skit. Tempestuous Kiss is annoying as hell though, and I think there has been a lot of stuff of like, well, look at this cost curve. Look at this cost curve. She's never going to play it. And it's like, blow it out your ass. There's going to be blues, and this like they're blues block for 3 now, and their blues are instants. Like, even if there is no use for them, I can have them live out there. There's a card that just got spoiled by 3 floating that put this in your arsenal. You can play it and gain 3 resources. That's the first time that's ever existed. Oh wait, except for Chi. Did any of the Chi heroes take longer than a year to LL? No. I am expecting, with the ability to pitch a blue from Arsenal for all 3 of these Lightning heroes, I don't think you can look at the top right of any single card in this Lightning set and say, it may be kind of hard for them to pull it off. Tempestuous Kiss is are you going to block an arcane in 5 physical, or are you going to discard a card? So no matter what, it's going to make sure you're attacking with 3 cards in hand. And if you do block, you're going down to 1 card if you block all of these stuff. And that's before we saw the legendary new piece of equipment from Runeblades, where it's like, okay, you've been doing this other one for literally 6 years. Let's give you a different one. This is Gauntlet of Sword and Sorcery. Pay 2. You're used to that. It's kind of expensive. Tap this in your hero. The next time you get an arcane that pings them out of nowhere instead of okay, cool. And then if the ping goes through, it's going to add 1 to your Command and Conquer. What? So now, if I pitch 4, if I pitch a blue and use a tunic or something, or there's floating, Let's just start with Command and Conquer because that's the one that everyone knows, and we're the Attack Action podcast. What's the most important one? Command and Conquer. So I'm gonna pitch 4. I'm gonna tap this on my hero. Cool. I didn't need my hero ability for this. I don't need this gauntlet to not be tapped. Now this thing says block an arcane from Command and Conquer. Most of the time you're not going to want to do that. Then Command and Conquer comes in for 7. And either way, if you don't block the arcane, then it's down to 6. Or if you block the arcane, you're spending a card. But then it's 6 damage is still coming at your arsenal. So it's an arcane blocker and 2 cards from hand. That's 3 cards. Or if you let the arcane go through, now it's a 7 damage attack, and that's 3 cards. So even with the bare bones, if I have 2 blues and Command and Conquer, this just turns Gauntlet of Sword and Sorcery is like every possible attack action card in my deck is amazing now because I can make a breakpoint out of nowhere, especially if my opponent maybe doesn't have AB, maybe if they are running low on they're a red line deck. Cool. Are you going to stop the ping here, or are you going to block with that 2 damage card whenever it bumps it from a 6 to a 7? Like, this feels gross. Oh, it doesn't have any block. So that's a little bit different from the last one.
So
but
Blake,
it has Arcane Barrier. You're like,
what do you
dude?
Want? Do you want the cards to suck?
I want this card in Brute. I want this card in Warrior. I want this card. I think that's a... What are you talking about, Blake? Braveforge Bracers, Ironsong Versus. We already had a different one. Ironsong Versus feels like not a upgrade from Braveforge Bracers. It almost feels like a side grade. Maybe it was good for Bolton. Has Bolton won jack shit since it came out? No. So now, whenever I see Grasp of the Arknight. Grasp of the Arknight has been around for 6 years. Now here's a new one. Oh, well, it needs to be good enough for a certain hero. I think this is specifically for Aurora. I don't know if Homegrown Vincett's going to run it, but it is a level of this feels like a direct upgrade in most of the stuff for Aurora. I don't want to pay 2 to get 1 rune chant and block 3 throughout a game. I'd rather play 2 to get a possibility of +2 damage. This is so much more aggressive. And well, on a crackback, you're not going to be able to block 2 and then block 1. I'm going to be beating the fuck out of you with Gauntlet of Sword and Sorcery. I'm not going to need to block because all my shit's going to be turned on. Tempestuous Kiss is going to have 2 pings. So if you're a red line deck, get fucked. Like the 2 pings off of, let's do Tempestuous Kiss. It has Go Again from some other source. Whatever. Tempestuous Kiss plus this other thing. It's cost 4. What does this mean? This has Go Again from Mercurial Skies. Mercurial Skies. If an arcane does it, it's going to actually deal 3 more arcane. Like everything about this is gross, and it's like, well, when will all of this line up? And it's like probably 6 turns a game.
Yeah, I'm say every other hand probably based off past runeblade issues.
Yeah, but okay, so that's 4 total cards, right? So you have to pitch at least 4 resources. Let's say that's 2 cards. And then you have to play Merciful Skies and the attack. And then that's it. Those are your 4 cards. You have potentially a 5th card in Arsenal, right?
Or your Scorpion Tail hits at the end.
Right. Which doesn't cost you anything.
So let's say the 5th card in the hand that we're not, or 5th card in the Arsenal that we're not worried about is called Burn Up Shock. We're screwed. We're so screwed. It's gonna get us. It's gonna kill us so bad. And then I do think, unfortunately, hello, my name is the attacking. I want to play Ocilio version 2 as a wizard deck mostly. So I think Ziggy and Aurora and Ocilio 1. I think they are going to be so much of a, hey, guess what? This meta now needs 9 to 12 defense reactions because there's so many lightning presses, lightning jabs, lightning over the tops, lightning bullshit interactions where you need to bait all those out from your lightning hero and then pull out the D-react and be like, cool, thank you for wasting all that. Maybe you made some lightning flows, but I blocked all that extra damage that was hiding behind the corner. Like, I don't know why they made... I guess lightning speed. I'm going to interact at lightning speed is instant speed. But whenever I saw that a card that was like, this costs 1, if this hits your opponent, do 3 or 4 arcane damage to them, I was like, I don't know if we need this one. This one seems gross. I don't even think it was arcane. It was something you can't block. You remember that one that just came out? Let me find it.
I don't know. When you talk about this line being gross, like it's
live wire press.
It's gross if it hits this whole runeblade line, right? But it's still only, it's not threatening that much damage, you know? It's not 12 damage. It's less than, it's what? Merciful Tempestuous Kiss comes in for 7, right? And then deals an arcane. So that's 8 total you got to deal with, right? 3 cards and a piece of armor. Boom, their turn is shut down and like nothing bad happened to you, you know?
Or you played, what's this new card called? It's never in this one.
Like it's a lot of text on cards that sounds bad, but then when reality comes around and you're like, oh, I also have cards in my hand. I'm not just going to take this damage because it's going to be bad. Like all of those things signal to like, hey, this is a turn where like you don't really want to take that damage, or you do and you would just deal more damage or whatever. Like, you know, that's a lot of investment into not a lot of damage coming back from your turn, right? Like I feel like we've seen this a lot of times in the game where we're like, oh, the text on this card is crazy. And then like your first iteration, your third iteration, your 5th iteration of the deck is like, yeah, this is crazy if they let it hit, you know what I mean?
I think you're also speaking from a very Huntsman point of view, where it's like my deck is not the decks I'm going to be playing are not going to be good at blocking. Like I want to have an offensive turn, and it has been very frustrating to like, as long as there's not a very good Draconic Ninja around, you'll be fine. As long as there's not a really good Lightning Runeblade around, and there's been Briar, Phi, Aurora, Syndra, and now we're on Aurora 2, where you're like, this premier aggro deck is going to make my deck non-obsolete. And it's like, yes, there's heroes that will be fine into this and block first and rip cards from their deck. It's just not going to be the one I was focused on for this play period. So it's like, I have to pivot. And like, I can't play Rhinar ever, but it's fine. I'll play Dawnblade, and hopefully they keep using those prevention effects, and I'll just cut them in half.
I mean, the only thing holding you back from playing Rhinar is yourself. You want it to be in this like magical Christmas land where it's like the best deck and you get to play it and nothing ever happens to you, but you could just play it, you know?
Well, Taylor, I did that for 3 years, so I'm over
it. Okay, then then don't play it. It's like
that's what I just said.
Yeah,
that's
great.
That's where I got. It would be great to not have to run 12 D reacts to the new set of heroes. Here's what I'm actually saying. This feels very Misfell to me. Of these 3 heroes are going to run all over everybody until like you commit to, I'm going to run 90 reacts. I'm going to run the new Majestic that can get through wards. And I'm going to hope for the best. And they just had it. I think there's going to be a lot of, they just had it. I didn't draw my D-Reacts fast enough, and they just had it. And it did, the Tempestuous blew my hand up completely, did 15 damage that turn because it had what's the Aurora card? The add 1 to every go again. And it was like, did you know that ping counts too? And we haven't even seen the Lightning legendary that's going to come, and we haven't even seen the Fable, and I'm a little worried for those kinds of things.
I mean, I think that's fair. Runeblade is historically pushed. Aurora was pushed. Lightning can be problematic. So, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not a player who can think about how all these cards coalesce and synergize into an oppressive game plan. I'm more on the receiving end of being like, oh, I see how this sucks now. So I guess I'll just have to wait and see where it comes out there. But you know, it's always frightening when they start adding discard stuff and all these other things that just stack damage and add, new instances of damage on things. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. But I hope it's not just another, Runeblade's the best deck again. Because I feel like we've played that game a lot. But I don't know.
I also don't know. And I just like to subscribe now to the like camp of like, we'll see when it gets out into the real world, because it's like there's just like a lot of, I personally will get affected by myself being like, oh, this is like maybe too strong or something, and I don't know. I'm just trying to enjoy Flesh and Blood a little bit more, and like if this shit is cool and strong and and is fun to play, then that's great. That's like all I need. You know what I mean? And maybe I just will keep playing the same shit I've been playing and just, muscle through whatever is going on, but I think they're doing some cool stuff in this set that like we haven't seen in a lot of classes or revamps of stuff we've already had, just like kind of redesigns and stuff. Like fragment is like a crazy new keyword. You know what I mean?
I think fragment is cool. I'm probably going to regret saying that. And then when everything I do is fragmented, but when you get a bonus from like unwinding finality, that whenever this fragments, you may put a lightning instant from your graveyard on top of your deck. That's pretty fucking cool. I don't know. I'm excited for Illusionist. I think looking at the spoilers for this set, it really has just driven home that I like Illusionists and I like Wizards. I don't know if I like much else.
That's cool. That's fine.
I mean, I felt something shift in me when I had that thought, and I was just like, maybe that's just the things I like, and I don't need to like try to like these other heroes. I mean, I'll always have a soft spot for Rhinar because he was the first hero I ever like picked up and tried to like play. And we'll get to Betsy soon, and I'm still excited about Betsy, and I'm more excited after Blake said that the new Olympian Betsy matchup is super fun. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't totally get what Ziggy's doing other than just bouncing shit around, but I think it's going to be fucking cool. I'm excited that there's a, new illusionist that's doing a different thing that's not just other dudes that you're bringing to the fight, like this one seems like it has a lot of stuff going on, and I'm curious how it's going to work with like what cards in the existing illusionist pool are going to like really work well with this new kind of game plan and these new cards. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's, like the deck building part of like a new set is always super fun. And like I keep forgetting too, a lot of this is going to be friggin' limited stuff. You know what I mean? So we're going to get to like do versions of this like on the fly in a limited set, and that seems super fun. Like the manipulation of flow counters and having it or not having it, and then like knowing what that means for your opponent's turn / your turn, and the bouncing of all of these auras or instants and stuff is gonna be cool, I think.
We'll see.
And I have the not devil's advocate, but I just have the other side of this coin.
Yeah.
In my thought process, it's like, why is a person at home watching us? And I feel like maybe sometimes it's like if we could share some of the same frustration. Why is my hair doing that late? Like that is literally insane. Let me try to do this. I guess a little better. The thought process for me is, why are people watching us? Is it because like, oh, I can share some of Blake's frustration? And I think whenever you're doing the whole like oh, I really want to just see how these cards work and be surprised by them and not be like, I think they're going to be too busted. I think there is some layer of, because I've been around for 6 years, because I've played these games before, because I have been around, it is a, hey, are you going to be super excited for this new hero? And it's like, I am less excited for the set because I know Aurora is going to run over me based on what I see already. Based on Aurora's current card pool, they banned a couple cards. Adding these specific cards into it seems like, oh shit. Are you excited for that? It's like, not really. Not really am I excited for a lightning runeblade to just be extremely strong. Whether it is hard to pitch for or whatever, it's something like, would you sign up for Flesh and Blood right now? Would you go buy a bunch of boxes of this? If you're playing Aurora, go for it. And I was playing Aurora that first time, and it was like those first 3 months was just aggro killing everyone. And then it was like the mirrors were annoying to play, so I stopped playing the deck. And then Aurora had another month and a half and was gone. And it's something where I think, oh, are you excited for Fracture? It's a very cool keyword. I think I'm frustrated is like, I literally, as we were talking about this and being like, look how cool this shit is. For all this over the top, and a ping makes your damage get stronger for Runeblade. That's a cool new thing. Fracture, if I block, it's going to give my opponent a cards on top. If I block, it's going to give my opponent more resources to do something else with. Fracture means I'm either going to do damage to you and get this on hit, or you're going to block and give me resources somewhere else. That's a double negative. That's like an option select. Whether my opponent does this or not, I can go both ways, and it's impossible to guess right as a thing. Then I go look at Super Slam, and I'm like, let me go look at the Majestics in this set. Which one of these Majestics are the same power level of the ones that are about to come out? Which ones are saying, oh, this will take this hero super far? This just says, if you've been cheered, give go again. This says, go get a card out of your, discard this and go get a card out of your box. Like, okay, that's kind of cool flavor, but none of it's extremely power level. None of it's extremely exciting. None of it's extremely creative. Oh, except that, and get the one out of the box was kind of creative. But I'm looking at what is the best Guardian. There's 2 Guardian Majestics that came out in Super Slam. Not Reviled Guardian, not Revered Guardian, but it's Tell No Tall Tales, which goes in no Guardians at all, and in the palm of your hand, which goes in maybe one of the... So you're like, are these... We don't even know the Runeblade Majestics that are coming out yet, but it's just something where it's like, I know Super Slam was underwhelming, and we're excited for... It almost feels like whenever I got to get this out. So yes, there is I don't have brothers and sisters, but maybe my parents would have liked my other brothers and sisters better than me. I would have been the redheaded stepchild. So whenever you can see the love and creativity and excitement from the designers go into Illusionists and show up with such a cool keyword, whenever you can see the power level and super excitement go in for the second round of Aurora, going faster than the second round of Icelander. I think that's an actual bitch that everyone should have. Why is there not a second Icelander yet? Why are we like, fan favorite Aurora needed a second one? We don't have a second Dromai yet. And it's like, Aurora needed it. And you're like, no, we don't. We don't need a 6th and 7th Runeblade getting Living Legend before a warrior gets one. Like, what are we doing? So I think there is that thing of like, this shit looks cool to play. And everyone in my locals is like, I haven't played a single Illusionist yet. So I'm going to go all in on Ziggy. I have 6 different people saying that. So there's going to be 6 Ziggies at fucking locals where I either have to play the thing that kills Ziggy or play Ziggy myself and be better than them. And if the Ziggy mirrors are asked, I'm sure those 6 people, 4 of them will quit within the first 2 weeks. And it's like, are you excited for this new set? And it's like, I'm playing the new Olympia stuff on Future Classic Constructed. And I played against a Ziggy and beat him twice. He was on Refractor, but it was like, oh wow, Jagged Edge is pretty good. But it is like, that's with 0 practice for the Ziggy person, and they almost beat the shit out of me. And I'm like, when these bread and butter combos happen, whenever there these interactions, like we don't even know what the fables. I am just in this mindset of like, welcome our new lightning overlords, because they're just doing shit that my class could never even believe in. Yeah. And maybe I need to bring Dawnblade with 9 different, with Jagged Edge, Beat of Iron Song, and Chorus of Iron Song, so you can't prevent any of my shit and just kill Ziggies all day. I could do that, but it doesn't seem like that's my funnest avenue for the game I love.
Yeah. I mean, I hear that. I think the reality of how this shows up at your locals, where you're going to be spending most of your time playing, especially given Southern California's penchant for illusionist, as well as just aggro decks in general, this doesn't bode that well for everybody else if it is as pushed as it feels like it could be. I'm not saying I'm not good at determining whether that is. I don't know that lots of people are. I think, Blake, you are very good at kind of understanding how cards can work together from like intellectual perspective quite quickly. And I do understand your frustration.
Round 1, but not round 7. Like I can figure out how these puzzle pieces go, but I can't max them out. But it is something where it's like, when I see this legendary with Tempestuous, I'm like, I promise you that's not going to be, I'm not going to go, everybody come look how easy this is to block. I'm going to go, fuck, why? And then they're going to do high voltage in your toes.
And
that's not what I'm saying. Is like, I'm saying like every...
You better dodge these bullets Blake is shooting at you, Taylor. Come on.
What are you saying, Taylor?
I don't give a fuck, because Blake doesn't like listen to what I have to say. You know, he just gets upset that I have like a extra.
You play Chain
to his. You know, that's all. So whatever. You know, like every fucking hero right now has like shit you have to block or not. Like that is literally the game of Flesh and Blood. You're gonna block fucking this Kiss of Death? I don't know. Yeah. Fucking sucks. You know? Like, oh shit, here fucking comes in this thing with 1,000 might counters on it. Like, you just like literally can't block that. Like, here comes Gone in a Flash for 400 times, and then Volzar comes in for 25. You know, like it's not like the game is just like, I'm gonna attack you with my attack with a sword and nothing else is gonna happen. You know what I mean? So like the game is very volatile right now. And what I see is heroes that fit into the current state of the game. You know? Like not anything beyond what we've seen, etc. You know? And I don't even know if anybody like right away from Mistvale, like day 1 was like, all of these heroes are broken. They're going to dominate the meta for the entire time. It was like, as that evolved,
people thought Zen was bad, I think, in the beginning.
Yeah, Zen was broken.
People also thought Syndra was broken, won a bunch of stuff. Then they thought it was bad, then was broken again. It's just as like, you know, nobody's been able to predict like what has really been happening. Like Blake, when Mistveil came out, were you like, these are going to be the next 3 heroes that living legend? This is the strongest we've ever seen Flesh and Blood, you know? Because if you were, you're amazing, and I will believe everything you've said. You know what I mean? But if it took you like the same amount of time it took the rest of us fucking regos to be like, oh, I guess this is like going to be really strong, and people are like figuring shit out, and now this is like, oh, this is kind of like the thing we got to like deal with. You know what I mean? Like, then that's fine. And that's why I like am just going to enjoy what these cards are saying right now. And then if they have a negative play experience, then I'll deal with it then. But I'm not going to get like upset about these new things that are coming out when I'm not even really sure, because the only thing I can imagine is one certain outcome. And there are a bunch of them, because It has to get into the wild. It has to get into the hands of players. But what I really do agree with you with is I resonate so much with the you can see when the designers are having more fun and inspiration for heroes or have taken more time to tune stuff so it's really cool. And you can see when that doesn't happen. And that has been super apparent in the last like maybe 2 years where that has been super, super clear, you know? And that is hard to deal with when they've made a game. And I've said this so many times on the podcast where they've made a game where you love heroes so much. You're emotionally attached to them and you feel slighted one way or another. And you feel sad when they LL or, you know, whatever, you know, like that's the beauty of this game. And one of the hardest things to like deal with because you don't want that from your like game. You know what I mean? You just want to like be able to play it. You don't want to feel like you're getting slighted by the designers who duped you into liking this game in the first place with their good designs. You know what I mean? So like I could resonate with that. But the other part of it, like I want to get fucking psyched about heroes and stuff because that feels more productive with my energy.
Yeah.
For me personally.
I mean, that's all just a personal choice and what a perspective on how we all do things. But I was going to say the same thing, Taylor, that I think a lot of frustration does stem from exactly them being like doing a better job. But also, I don't know, it's a very creative job and task that they set themselves every single set. You're not like, no one hits it, you know, perfect every single time in any field. Like they're like maybe the best of the best in whatever artistic format, like that there's somebody who's like has only perfect fucking work and a perfect record. But you know,
Taylor Swift, the Beatles,
Kanye West, I don't know if Beyonce, you know, we all can't be Beyonce.
Kendrick, yeah, I mean, you know,
yeah, fucking A, Kendrick, yeah, there you go. That one's legit, and so is Beyonce. I don't know about Taylor Swift, but that's just my personal.
I'm pandering to our audience.
Just if you're a Swiftie,
the numbers are in our favor.
I'm just curious
if we say that. You know what I mean?
Taylor Swift. Yeah, there you go. You got
people
16
going,
more subscribers.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, I think there is some of it where they either have from previous kind of existence of the mechanics of the game or the kind of foundation of how they construct new cards is holding them back, or, you know, in quotes, holding them back from like doing certain things with certain classes. I think it is really annoying that they use that they've openly used that excuse to be like, oh well, we can't do this because it's, and you're just like, well, just fucking do it and let it happen just like you do. It's like, because they do it so openly on these other ones where they're obviously being like, oh, this is fun, like do. And it's like they're super biased in the things that they like and that they support more openly and allow to be pushed, that it is frustrating for anyone that is like excited about a different hero and who has to kind of like withstand whatever new kind of fad of pushed heroes are coming out from a new set, like potentially this or past sets like Misfail and shit like that. So I totally get it. It is what it is, you know? I don't know. They've got the same people. I don't know that they've hired new people or if they're, you know, yearly review looks like on how well they've done at their jobs, but you know, we keep buying it, so they're as far as they're concerned.
This podcast too,
and they totally appreciate and support fully because we always get a spoiler.
And yeah, I mean, I guess my good summation, Colin, is like, I guess just for me, like both things can be true. I can be hyped for this new set and be pissed that like, you know, certain heroes don't get the same love and attention they do get or should get. You know what I mean?
But you know who finally got some attention?
O2?
It's our baby. It's our baby Betsy. Let's do it. Let's spin this boat around and let's go to the fantasy land where heavy hitters heroes are like top of the game, most fun. Everyone's, clashing, wagering, and just yelling shit as they reveal the top card of their deck because, that would just be fun. But we did it. Well, Tack Action Podcast is taking credit. Log. We've been saying where's Log for how many years now? And
100, 102,
might as well be. And then in this timeline, we got Log. Fucking A. We did it. Mission accomplished.
It's also crazy. It's by Lindner, right? Heinrich does the art for this, which is a known fan of ours. Almost married Blake live on the podcast.
He did Rock too, so he's Rock and Log.
Dude. Fuck.
It's crazy. They decided to just give it a name, Pile Driver, rather than just naming it Log. You know what I mean?
It's also funny the perspective or like the size of the log seems weird. It's like
not big enough.
It doesn't seem big enough. Yeah.
Thank you. Which I don't want to be talking about Heinrich's log size choice here.
It's girthy enough. It's not long enough though. If we're gonna be evaluating it.
And it's clearly well cared for and has seen a lot of action, as you can see by the markings on it.
Yeah. That's great. All right. So we got Log, Pile Driver, as it's called, Betsy specialization, Guardian Weapon Log, 2 hands, obviously, because it's, as we said, it's a girthy boy. Action, 4 resources, and tap the card attack for 6 power. When this attacks, you may wager a gold token with the defending hero. Great. And what's fucking Betsy's hero text?
Pay 2 when you wager, give it +1 and overpower.
Pitch 2, we're coming in for 7 overpower, wager a gold.
Let's go.
I think they fucking nailed it.
I know on last podcast I said it was hot dog summer, and then we got log spoiled, and Simon in the Discord was like, hot log summer. So now that's what we're saying. It's hot log summer, baby. It has happened. Here it is. There it is. Everything you would want. Too bad it's a Majestic and we can't play it in Sage. That's my only critique. We should downshift it for Sage.
Would it be OP in Sage though?
I don't know. Maybe.
Betsy's like the first round of bans because they're like, dude, Pile Driver's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's freaking sweet. I just marvel at it. The artwork's crazy because it's just like a dead dude. Like, how many weapons have a dead dude on them?
It's like that one brute one where it's just like the tiny blood splat from super high up. Which
Smash Instinct?
Smash. Yeah. It's great. I don't know. I didn't believe it. I thought it was a joke when I saw this. I was like, no way did they actually make Log. Like, that's crazy. Then I came back the next day, it was still there, and everyone was acting like it was real. So I was like, fuck, it must be true, man.
It's also so funny to release it randomly in ZeroMens of the Third Age.
Yeah, not in a, Super Guardian set or a Mastery pack or what any other set it would make sense to put it in. Pretty fun. Blake, tell us about the Betsy and Olympia matchup.
Well, Pile Driver, whenever it does 7 overpower, I think that's kind of like a get off me type thing, and you get a gold. But if you're doing that against Olympia, Olympia has 8 armor that he can block with, or there's a lot of reactions that Olympia is running with because all the donkey downswing and drawing dead.
Get donkey's a card.
So Jesus. If I block with donkey and downswing and you wagered but you didn't overpower, I get the gold, and you're like, well, fuck. And now I can use the gold to swing a whatchamacallit sword because now I don't need resources. So the back and forth for gold, anytime you're wagering a gold, I think that would be a moment of like, this is very important to win, because if I don't get the gold here, my opponent's going to, and all of Olympia's really cool shit that he just did is all gold based. So it is kind of like she needs the gold as well, but it is something where it's like, it's not as free as it is into other heroes, so she probably has to pair it with a buff or some other thing. And even then, it's like, if that doesn't say dominate, like it needs to say dominate instead of overpower against Olympia.
There's no way you can steal one of his things because they count as a gold, right?
No, using that one majestic from heavy hitters.
Yeah.
There's underworld acquisitions is like the assassin version of that. If this hits, steal an item or a token. But Golden Galea is a equipment head, so you can't steal it. So you can steal the gold or like the Teklo Pounder, but you can't steal the other stuff.
I've also been running high currency in Olympia, and just using it to take their tunic down and get 2 gold is so gross.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna find this card in a second. It's called like Over Something. Why does it not exist? Over. I'm just gonna go to heavyhitter.com. Heavy hitters.
I hope that's in an incognito tab.
Yeah, you never know.
It's called Pay Up. If defending hero controls a gold, this gets overpowered. When this hits a hero, can gain a control of gold when they control if you don't deal 1 damage.
Yeah, the generic 3 for 6. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've also been using wage gold and putting buffs on wage gold as Olympia is pretty fun.
Wage gold is sick. Underrated card because it has the universal keyword. Only card to have that, so it counts as like any class's card when it's in any zone.
Don't let me into my zone. And does that mean it counts as a pirate and a ranger card if you're Marlin?
Sure.
Whoa.
Because you're 2 classes.
Yeah, 'cause she's a pirate ranger.
Yeah, which are classes, not
so cool.
talents, which is weird because we don't have a pirate hero, I guess, unless you count Scurv.
You got to count Scurv.
Yeah, you count Scurv, sorry.
It's hot as hell.
Hot as hell. Weird mouth, hot as hell.
Classic Sam Yang mouth.
What's another slot card so far? Let's go.
In the new set?
I know. What's her face? Apparently, Puffin's about to be meta.
With the new pirate card? Or
and the new
like gear turner?
The new mechanologist card and the new pirate mechanologist card are both for her.
So the
crash site salvage.
Yeah. Has scrap. Pirate mechanologist attack action. The font is getting small down there. It's a yellow majestic, attacks for 3 scrap. When this attacks, if you scrapped a card, this gets go again. If a cog was scrapped this way, create a gold token. pretty sick.
Nice.
I don't really know what Puffin does, but sounds great.
What? You know what Puffin does.
I do. I know that Puffin dies to huntsmen, and that's pretty great.
Get some. This is what Puffin does. Destroy a gold you control to create a golden cog. That just seems...
And then you can crank it, and then if it's your second crank, then you draw a card, and your turn snowballs. It's like the classic Puffin thing where they're like, I'm going to block 9 cards, and then they play 1, and then all of a sudden they have 3 more cards in their hand, and you're just like, how did this happen? Which is pretty cool.
The Gear Turner one is actually disgusting, though.
One
When this
cost.
hits, you may search your deck for a cog, put it into the arena, and then shuffle. Which means you could crank that cog, get this shit go again. So if I'm gonna Tunic, maybe Tunic is on the menu.
Crank that cog.
Tunic, Gear Turner, put the cog out, crank it, then shoot my gun. And this is a Tunic turns into 7 damage and get a cog out.
Pretty sweet.
And
Good
she's
for-
got a bird, so she's coming in hot.
Good for Puffin. We got a Ranger card. We got to talk about that for freaking Zayne's sake.
Which one, Zayne? Settle
he's
the bill?
Yeah. In this guy's bill, I'm guessing. Ranger action. Blocks for 3. Costs 1. You may put an arrow from your hand face up into your arsenal. If you do, until end of turn, this gets +3. And when this hits a hero, destroy a card in their arsenal. Go again. Pretty good.
Is anyone... I feel like this is a little underpowered.
I think when this is paired with like, oh, is Red in? I can't. It's been so long since Azalea's been in the meta. Red in the Ledger that isn't a specialization? No, it is. What's the one that doesn't allow you to do
Remorseless.
Remorseless? Thank you. Is that a specialization?
No.
Okay, so that plus this plus tension something that doesn't allow you to do D-reacts just basically means that they can get your D-react out of arsenal, you know. But we're also at a like low in D-reacts in the game also right now. I feel like so this is just maybe like gonna get a card. Release the tension. Yeah, that's the card.
So whenever they're designing Ranger cards right now, there's only 2 Rangers playable. There's Riptide and Marlin. Do you think Settle the Bill is for Riptide, or do you think Settle the Bill is for Marlin?
I think it should slot into either of those builds, right? Like Marlin wants pumps, you know, so they're freaking harpoons are gigantic. And then if you're a Riptide... Okay, go ahead.
However, I think this is anti-synergy, the harpoon, because what does the hammerhead thing say, Colin, if you type in hammerhead?
It says action 4 resources. Tap.
Okay, so that does work.
Your next arrow action this turn gets +4. Yeah. I think this feels like it is for Marlin because it loads the arrow, which I think seems from my very limited knowledge of Marlin to be the harder part for her, which I think makes sense because I think she has bigger arrows that are harpoons, but you know, this gets it in there, so then you could maybe hammerhead it and also do your other pumps and just fucking slam it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, adds another hit effect on there too, you know, to whatever their harpoon is doing.
I believe that now.
That's a good eye there.
Hell yeah. What else do we get?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a brute card. Blake, is it bad or is it good?
I think I
I
read
thought this was fun.
Seems good.
Tell us who's right.
So here's legitimately the thought process.
Yeah.
What does Rhinar need to win? And I think there's the thought process of, oh, I like that there's a 3 in the bottom right. That could not be better. We have a lot of yellows that are 3 for 6s. It sucks because we want that to be cheaper. Well, now there can't be anything cheaper than this. If you've intimidated an opponent this turn, this costs 3 less to play. So this goes from a 3 cost to a 0 cost. So let's do some thought process on this. If we are doing the big bad, let's set up a bunch of barragings. Let's get 4 intimidates from my opponent. Put this in my arsenal. Wait for those 4 intimidations. 4 intimidations with some bonuses on them from barraging. This could be the 6 damage attack that all that gets added to. +4, +3, +2, and then, another one just didn't have anything. We're going to quad intimidate. 6 +4 +3 +2 is 15. That would be a really cool finisher. What we used to be able to do is you have to put one of the 4 intimidates in the arsenal, and then you play 3 intimidates from hand, the 4th from arsenal, and then swing the romping club. So it's not quite a complete upgrade. It's kind of a damage boost on that because we're going to quad intimidate and then pitch to romping club. Romping club comes in for 4. This would come in for 6. So it's a +2 damage. This kind of makes it easier to do that type of play. And I think one thing that I read that I really did agree with, which I think is maybe frustrating to hear as somebody that is like, when are you guys ever going to stop complaining? I think what we're looking for in some brute stuff is kind of like, are there other axes the brutes can attack on? And this feels like it's the best version of cards that we've already had. And it's something where it's not like, aha, huzzah, like we got you. It's like the normal brute patterns are now less bricking. The normal brute patterns can never, like, this is the zeroest 0 cost that will ever exist. And it blocks 3 in the bottom. If this said block 0 in the bottom, I think people will be like, well, that's so strong. Why wouldn't it? So the fact that it blocks 3, I am not going to complain. But whenever somebody did the like 4 paragraph things of a lot of brute majestics recently have kind of like, let's lower the floor, lower the floor, lower the floor. It's like we're not getting more ceiling raised though. And this, what you could do actually, here's the best thing. Let's see what happens. Ready? I'm going to barrage and beat down red. And then I'm going to play this from Arsenal. 2 card 10. If you block with 2 cards, it's a 2 card 6 and you blocked it all out. It's like, it is one of those like, is that strong or is your opponent going to block it out and it's not going to really move a needle? I think one thing where maybe you haven't thought about this is let me play a barraging, let me play this, and then pummel this. Is maybe like a, have you thought about that, Brute Nation? Because getting to, I think that's something where if you've been playing Valda, your seismic surges make your attack actions super small, and then you can use the money, you can use the resources to pitch for pummel. That's easier. But it is something where it's like, how many cards do you need to have perfectly show up then? Because it's an intimidated card. And some of this could maybe fall in your lap. Like, maybe that's what we're doing is like, this is really good in Arsenal. This is really good on a Blood Rush turn. This is really good on multiple intimidated turns. Well, in other scenarios, it's not very good, but those 3 are. Unfortunately, what we've been as a Brute community saying, really good on Arsenal, really good during a Blood Rush turn, and really good in multiple Intimidate turns is every card in the kit forever. So it's not really, doesn't really feel like it's astronomically better. It feels like, cool, I'll be able to maybe like attack and get an aggro deck off of me. Like if Syndra is attacking me a whole bunch, I'm going to put one of these pieces in the arsenal, save the second piece, block 9 2 times, and then go barraging into Feral Instinct. Is my Syndra opponent going to block with 2 cards from hand to avoid taking 10 damage? And that'll be a thing of, if they say no, They don't block, they take 10. If they do block, now they only have 2 cards to swing back, and I can kind of right the ship.
What I see as like a non-brute player is like the flexibility of this card, right? Is like it has a nice upside to it. It blocks 3, pitches for 2. You know, like it's a really flexible card that has like a cool ability. You know what I mean? So like can't hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's not, it is, I don't know. I think Blake was saying this, but it's like, it kind of replaces a card that exists that's also pretty good. So it's like, you know, situationally might be like busted, or you're like, oh shit, I got to do this because it was free. Whereas like normally I wouldn't be able to like extend beyond, you know, these first couple cards or down the blood rush path. But I don't know. It's fun, but yeah, it's
that tempestuous kiss.
I think one thing that I would throw into the realm of talking right now would be like, is there a player out there that's like, oh, Feral Instincts, now I'm gonna play Rhinar, and like this isn't flashy, this isn't super damaging, this isn't super disruptive, it helps your deck brick less. Those aren't sexy cards. Those aren't sell a classic, like, hey, random person that's trying to learn the game. No. There's a new card called Feral Instinct, and you're gonna brick less. It's like, I want to do cool shit. I want to have Alpha Instinct, Alpha Rampage +2, where it does 11 damage and maybe discards from your opponent, and it costs 4, so you can only do it on Tunic turns or something. Like, where's that card? Well, no, this card costs 0 and it comes in for 6. It's like all of my cards come in for 6. This doesn't even stop a Herald of Triumph. Like, it blocks 3. It blocks 3. I'm not complaining. I'm literally not complaining. It's one of those, like, the other card that is in my head is Hunted or Hunted. And that's a card that everyone was like, fuck, I need to play Huntsman now. And I don't think we've had a card like that for a few other heroes. Like there are some other heroes where it's like, holy shit, because of this, I need to go play that hero now. Like Log, like Golden Grail, that like the Golden Sword is fucking cool to play. Red Lure Harpoon. If you've been on the fence with Marlin, Red Lure Harpoon, now you get to play your opponent's cards too. Let's fucking go.
That is sick.
This is sick. This card is the sickest card. If you've attached if you've activated a cannon this turn, this gets, when this hits a hero, banish an action card from their graveyard. A red one even. You may play it until the end of your next turn, and you may say, if you have tipped the barkeep earlier, you have a rum up. So you could play a Command and Conquer with a rum, give it go again. Now you're swinging a Command and Conquer your opponent and then Harpoon afterwards. This card is sick, dude. You can play Tempestuous Kiss with rum, giving it go again, which would add the 1 arcane. And they're not going to have AB against you. They're going to be absolutely fucked.
No, they do have AB because those have AB.
The new arms have AB, bro. But yes, we can live in that land.
And it doesn't have go again because you gain an action point with rum, not go again.
Okay, well, let me live in it for 7 seconds and have someone from Brazil get me next.
No, your next action turn gets go again.
Oh, get wrecked me. Nice.
Let's go. We're living this fantasy life.
It literally turns on Tempestuous Kiss. This is the number 1 card.
That would be really fun if that becomes like the anti-Aurora deck, is Marlin just being like, I'm gonna play your fucking cards, fuck you.
I also heard that Marlin mirrors are going to be absolutely pain in the ass now because those red things are going to hit 3 of a kind, and you're just going to be able to play like 6 3 of a kinds a game.
Just don't play them in the mirror, and then the other person plays them. You're like, well, I'm gonna play yours, so I still have 3, baby.
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's freaking.
That one's for Zayne.
That's big brain.
He would have thought of something like that. That sounded kind of smart.
My card in the slots that I've been looking at, the expansion slots, is Omnis Excavation. I don't know why I couldn't read that. Jesus Christ.
You're doing great.
Fuck, man.
Are you okay? Do you smell toast?
Crazy art, but also like, man, this is
still
the one.
Same colors as everything else. In the
yeah, but it's like a little bit more red. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
No, it is. Generic instant, doesn't block, is a blue, pitches for 3. Costs nothing. You may shuffle an instant card from your graveyard into your deck. If an aura you control was destroyed this turn, create a ponder token. This just seems really good for all time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. When I put my like hat on, I'm like, this is just gonna maybe have like a lot of applications, you know, for the future of the game. Like, it's a blue that gets you back basically 2 cards and gets you a new, can refresh. Well, not refresh, but like replaces itself too. I don't know. Seems like it could be good. You know what I mean? From like a, I don't know what the word is here. Theoretical game perspective.
You do this and just get all your sigils back and gain an extra 9 health. You gain almost 20 health in a game.
There you go. Count your blessings at home.
Bro, I'm
or like
on one. This one's also for Zayne. Let's go.
You're like mercifuls, or, you know, like any of those really fucking annoying instants.
Let's look up instants and point out which ones are annoying.
Oh, we know. Everybody knows at home. They're like, yeah, that instant is pretty annoying.
Yeah,
that instant's pretty annoying.
Put in the chat, what instant do you hate the most?
I mean, Oasis Respite Red #4 is like good enough to win some games against Wizard, probably.
Arclight Sentinel.
Boom. Back in the deck.
Back in the deck.
Arrogant showboating.
Are the Phoenix War?
Hell yeah. No way, that was good. That was an art draft pick. It's good. The any of the like stupid Guardian Auras of Suspense, you could put those back.
Burn Up Shock.
That's disgusting.
Will that work for that?
Don't know. We'll have to wait for release.
Yes, it does.
Channel Lightning Valley coming back for 3 more plays. Cloud Cover. That could be good. Yeah, I mean, I like that card because it seems like you could take it in a lot of different directions to recurse a card, which is always scary, but surely they've tested this and it's fine.
And if your remembrance gets Command and Conquered and you weren't paying attention, or discarded from your hand somehow, or whatever, you could shuffle back in with Ominous.
That's right.
Saves you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Ominous Excavation. You saved me.
Oh, yeah. We did talk about this though. You recurse Doomsday, and you keep doing that.
So play Doomsday 4 times a game, and you just roll a 6.
4 Plasma events on the board. That's if someone did that, I would immediately sleeve up a Leviathan deck and be like, "I'm gonna try it," and never do it, and get back up.
I'm gonna freaking do this.
It's gonna work. This makes sense now. It's all she needed. It's fucking awesome.
4 Irena's prayers,
dude.
But you just passed one. Missing. Echo Flash. Maybe that is what you use on Echo Flash.
Which one's Echo Flash?
Oh yeah, it's the new wizard card that I think is freaking sick. Echo Flash, Lightning Wizard instant, doesn't block, costs 1, is a yellow, majestic. Deal 1 arcane damage to target hero. When this is put into your graveyard from anywhere, your hero, haven't heard that before, deals 1 arcane damage to target hero. Pretty sick.
Show me what the other Lightning Wizard cards are, Illusionist, now!
I mean, it's also sick with Arc Ramp too, right? Just Amp 3. You may destroy Lightning Flow you control. If you do, this gets go again. And that's a Lightning Wizard action. That's like rare, so it comes in blue, yellow, red. You know, so you just like amp that bitch, comes in for 4, deals an extra. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
That's tight.
I'm pretty excited for O2. I think it's going to be cool.
I just was playing one earlier today. I was 42 to 27 against a Victor. And then he had AB4 and was blocking me the rest of the way. I was like, bro, quit.
Just die already.
Quit understanding how this works already in the first 8 minutes of playing.
Crazy.
Real quick, one more, just as a thought, because we did get just an overhaul. We can do this. Lyth got a hammer axe.
Oh yeah,
2-fer. If this is higher than its base, you get +1, so that'll probably work. There's a blessing,
but it's a 1 hand. So,
oh shit, he can run double.
I guess so.
Oh
yeah.
Shit.
Or he's just flipping you off with his other hand.
He's just literally like this. There's Blessing of Aegis, where you're like, why is this exciting? I think that's a cleric on there. So is that our new light hero in the future? Is a red-headed glasses cleric?
Weebs are gonna go crazy for that.
We have seen a lot of ladies on cards that have not turned into heroes.
Okay, I like to live in the mystery. Yeah. A bit off the side is if this axe hits you, discard a card, which I think the 4 fucking people that love Dory's axes that are weirdos are gonna love to pair this with the turn of let me get my axes dominate, and if they hit you, fuck you.
It also pairs with Lion Claw because it's an axe.
Lion Claw Maul, I don't like the mouth feel of that.
Kind of hard to say.
Isn't it annoying? And then it's not a maul, it's a hammer axe. Like if we're gonna have log, we might as well have hammer axe, you know? It also works on Moment Maker too. That
but is a maul card just a hammer axe? No, Darth Maul, he's a guy. That's true. Yeah, there's no way I'm Googling this now with the new show called Maul with Darth Maul.
You just type in Maul weapon and then you get the lightsaber.
Closed it.
And then the only one we've missed so far is Unmake the Underlings, which
a maul is a large, heavy, long-handled hammer used historically as a battlefield weapon and in modern times as a tool for splitting wood and driving posts.
Your posts. It is kind of well, no, it's not really an axe.
It's more of a hammer.
It's a hammer with a spike on it.
Yeah.
Anyways, unmake the underlings, Blake was saying.
Assassin.
I have a little bit of beef right now. Why can't assassins just have a bad matchup in the gravy? Why are they doing everything they can to like? Nope. Assassins can now beat gravy too. Like, what if you're a gravy player? I bet you're like LSS, blow it out of your fucking ass. Like I'm supposed to eat the assassins up. This is you don't have to play gravekeeping as an assassin ever again. You play 3 of these instead. Oh, when this hits an ally. So you have to have the prevention guy up. Oh, turn an ally in their graveyard face down. Maybe they'll get stuck with 3 of these in their early game. It's like, okay. Unmake the Underlings feels like a tech card that is so pushed. I cannot believe it. And I can't believe that it's an assassin card. I can't believe that. And then you turn this and you put the, whatchamacallit? What's the card that got no play from the yellow of like the last card you played also is on this. That's Horrors of the Past. If you're playing Horrors of the Past, I think it only does one of the attacks. One of the texts, not both. But.
Oh, correct. Yeah, when it's the stealth card that says this gains the text of the base abilities of the last attack action card you control in the combat chain. Yeah. Well, it does get both, but you can't do both because one is when this hits a hero, you flip, and when it hits an ally, destroy.
Yeah, but you could do both by
about?
playing both of these.
You're talking about for Undermid?
Yeah.
Wait.
So this is if you are Slippy and you play Unmake and then you play Horrors of the Past, you can do both parts of the text.
Or one part of it 2 times.
Correct. Yeah.
Because one's targeting the hero, one's targeting the allies.
Correct.
So if you go back to Unmake, I have a small apology to LSS. When this attacks a hero, turn an ally face down.
Correct.
When this hits an ally, destroy that ally.
Correct.
So you won't be able to do both of these in one attack.
Correct.
I think everyone initially thought it was both of these abilities. So you're going to get rid of 6 allies per 3 cards. But now that it's only 3 per... It makes a little bit more sense, but also, why can't we just have Gravy push around Assassin?
But his point still stands, and everyone thought this. We just want to get that clear. We were all thinking the same thing.
It still is a very good tech card. Like, even in Huntsman, I'm totally going to be happy to run these into the Gravy matchup. You know, it gives some credence to run just a Nick, but probably not because it doesn't really work on anything else besides Prognosis, and I'm already cutting Prognosis because that just doesn't do anything. So it's just nice to have tech cards. Oh my God. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't it be nice? Couldn't be me, right, Blake?
Yeah, I wish my class could cut Prognosis because it's trash. Put that in Warrior. Let's go. I think the other thing too is we saw these shurikens where it's like add a little bit of an assassin flavor to the ninja, and it's like interesting.
When was the last time a huntsman sent Prognosis at you and you didn't just like block it super casually and nothing bad happened?
Well, it's one of maybe
one time. That's all it took.
Yeah, it's one of 8 cards that I can breathe in your deck now.
Like does nothing, so it's like this is a bad card.
Oh, I hit a yellow off the top. Let me look at your hand. It's Blood Rush. I'll banish Blood Rush. You're like, what?
It's super easy to block. There are no pumps in it. You just use your 1 leftover on scab scans on it, stare me in the face, and I go, okay, pass.
Razor reflex.
Dagger gives it go again at +5.
Nope.
Yes, it does. Everyone thinks so.
So we had a dagger attack. We had that wrench attack in Compendium. Will there be a weapon attack in any of these slots or in any of the light and stuff for this set? Because that's what I'm interested. I'm interested in a new set of all those types of cards.
I don't know. And on that note, who's to say the future holds a mystery that we will uncover together?
We will read the signs and the omens and ride the lightning.
Are you ready to ride the lightning? Let's go.
This set of Flesh and Blood is sponsored by Grogu and the Mandalorian.
Jesus Christ. This is like the craziest commercials that pop up. That and the governor commercials that are just on streaming. I'm like, this feels violating that you get to like put your fucking political campaigns into my streaming service.
Bro,
I'm upset.
It's upsetting. Spencer Pratt's gonna be the mayor of Los Angeles. We're fucked.
Good thing you live in Long Beach.
still the biggest city in the metropolitan area. It will affect us all. It's the like 4th largest GDP in the world or something. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
We have a contentious race for the county assessor.
Ooh.
No, we don't. Who cares?
Who cares?
We're luckily don't have anything locally, politically that's going on too hard.
All right. Hey, I need a break. We didn't even say goodbye. We just ended it.
Hello, Gigabug.
Are we still? Were we still finishing this? Or did we?
I don't know. You
And
guys
that-
you put your hands in.
And that was,
But no one can hear us do that, so it just ended without.
and that was ZeroMens of the Third Age. 2 weeks into spoiler season.
Is it only 2 weeks? It feels like it's been 25 years.
Yeah, I swear every day I'm like, oh, spoiler season must be over because it's like nothing happened overnight. You know, you don't like wake up to anything, and then it just like pops in at like 2:45 p.m. and you're like, oh, I guess spoiler season's not over. Interesting.
3:04, 10:07. Fucking fuck. 9:03. It's all over the place. It's anarchy.
I guess we didn't say browbeat. I'm like, what the hell is browbeat going to be for?
Who knows?
I'll tell you what, the art draft is going to be sick.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna look really nice all laid out next to each other. So
It is.
everyone has that to look forward to in like 17 weeks when the spoiler season is over and we get the set and we finally know what lightning wizard cards are there for us to play with.
Is quick strike a cool keyword?
No,
Okay.
I actually don't know. I just wanted to sound very
It's like if it has go again, it gets a thing.
yeah,
But
which
it's
it
the
always
same-
will.
I think it's the same thing every time of go again and +1.
Yeah. Oh, it is. I didn't
Or
even
something like
realize
that.
that. Yeah, it is. That's kind of nice. I'm glad it's one thing, you know?
It's like 75% of the time it's always on, and then they brick sometimes, and you're just like, oh, it's just a regular card. You fucking piece of shit.
You fucking piece of shit.
Eat shit. All right, that's our show. We're ending it for real this time. I edited out that other ending that was weird, and now we're here. See you all next week.
See ya.
Our new weekly show.
Bye-bye.